our season finale. Let's get a rehash of what's been going on by beginning this newest episode. One way or the other, the conflict ends here. Been a long road. A lot of ups and downs. But either way, it ends. This might be the last episode I make for a while.
Previously on Star Trek Online, the Dominion as you know it is on the verge of collapse. Without your help, the Herc will win the war of attrition. What's happening?
Yes, Garrick, I found your mysterious widget. What is it exactly? It's not Karemman tech.
I found a similar device on Bejor.
These devices called the Herc, and we put them there. The other founders are hiding things from me.
Odo, look out!
Hold your fire. I think it's trying to communicate.
We can't hold off the Herc forever.
Alliance forces are spread too thin to help, Quark.
We need the Klingons, brother. Otherwise, we're doomed.
The Sword of Kahless, as promised.
Once again, the House of Quark delivers. Martok will be pleased.
You found a secret I've kept for millennia.
The origin of the Herc infestation.
And you're rolling it.
The Dominion must endure.
I'm afraid I can't allow that. As we speak, every Herc in the quadrant is homing in on the signal.
And now the conclusion. I arrived here ahead of you, and I've already engaged the Herc near the planet. You've made your point, Garrick. Deactivate the Herc lure device you placed on the home world before this gets out of hand.
Agreed. Bring it into us now.
I'm afraid that's the problem, Ambassador. I deactivated it several minutes ago.
Excuse me?
Then why are the Hercs still attacking? Don't play games with me here, Garrick. I'm warning you.
Garrick?
Perhaps they're still attacking due to a deep hatred of your people. After all, the Founders are directly responsible for their state of mind, body, and soul. I can't say I blame them for...
Gentlemen.
Enough. Both of you. We don't have time for this. There's bigger problems to deal with here, starting with that swarm of Herc vessels nearby.
The captain makes a good point.
Agreed. My fleet is already engaged near the planet, but Herc reinforcements keep arriving. Try to punch through the swarms so we can join up.
Very well. Helm, take us in.
We may be needing your solution to this problem soon, Doctor.
Yes, since yours failed in a spectacular fashion.
Has it? Some might argue it succeeded beyond.
Core shield failing.
We punched through. Now we gotta get closer to that Dominion flagship. Initiating tracking beam repulsors. See if I can intrusive energy redirection.
Rear shield failing.
Oh, perfect. I got some swarmers behind me. Injecting warp plasma. That'll slow them down and cause pain.
Shield has failed. Left shield.
ship won't last much longer. We need to deal with
This
the
is the
swarm
Chimera.
attacking it
We're here to help.
immediately.
The CSS Steadfast stands ready to assist you as well.
Ship is under attack.
We're working on it as fast as we can, Odo.
Target's shield has failed. Its shield failing.
Let's see, can I do acting touch around cascade? Now!
Target's shield has failed.
Fire at will.
Rear shield failing.
Burn out the emitters if you have to. You gotta destroy these ships.
Target's shield has failed.
Another wave? We didn't even have enough time to take a breath. Once again, check for more plasma.
Below 75%. Hull integrity below 50%.
Taking damage. Ooh, they got me. We suffered some impulse engine damage. Another swarm spotted.
Ship is under attack. Shield has failed.
Any more swarmers heading towards us? Let's answer Odo's hail.
Well done. The ship's taken heavy damage, but she'll survive.
Well, we've bought ourselves some time. Let's hope it's enough. Julian, is your plan ready? It may be our best hope to end things now.
It's as ready as possible, Captain. The challenge of frontier medicine, I'm afraid, is that there is never enough time. I've created a program that will enable the Herc to synthesize the compound they need to come to their senses. I've also put together a core sample of the compound for them to utilize in mass production. That is the easy part.
And the hard part, Doctor?
And the hard part? What do you need to make this happen?
From what we've learned about the Herc, the best way to make this happen will be to enter the data into one of their core computer systems. It'll need to be a command-level system with fleet-wide override authority. Systems of that caliber are only found on Herc dreadnoughts.
The best defended ships in their fleet.
There's a Herc dreadnought heading toward the planet as we speak. It's slow, so we should be able to intercept it. I recommend we engage that ship and disable it, if possible. We'll need to get a team on board to carry out Julian's plan.
Agreed. Let's make this happen. Setting a course for that dreadnought. As we said, it is well defended. Initiating tractor beam repulsors. Even one of them's got me in a tractor beam. If we're close enough, I'm going to go ahead and initiate a eject warp plasma. It should cause some damage to the dreadnought. Not enough to destroy it. Beam overload. Let's use our intelligence fleet option. Don't punch us through. Initiate torpedoes for him. Hit them with everything we got. Another beam overload. Attack pattern beta.
We did it. The Dreadnought's disabled. That ship is still crawling with Herc, though. Make sure your away teams are ready for a fight.
Understood, Captain.
I'll send some of my best. Dukan Rex will lead a Jem'Hadar away team, while Loris will assist Dr. Bashir.
Very well. Thank you, Ambassador.
Right. Let's get the away teams on that Dreadnought before it calls for backup.
Loris and I have all we need. We're ready to beam over when you are.
Away team, prepare to transport to the Dreadnought. Just because we disable it does not necessarily mean that there are no Herc on board that can defend themselves. There are bound to be a lot of them, especially for a Dreadnought.
We'll need to find their central computer core. Once we're there, I'll begin the override process that will allow us to transmit our data on the Cure. When that's done, we can instruct each ship in their fleet to replicate the Cure and distribute it to every Herc on board. Of course, we need to reach the command center in one piece to do so.
We'll clear the way.
Enemy life signs ahead. Get ready to fight. Proceed with caution. I'm reading numerous hazards in the area. This section of the ship has taken heavy damage.
Understood. And there's a lot of plasma fires too, something I need to avoid carefully. Once again with the up close and quarter combat. Oh, there's an overseer right there. Deploying mines. Did I? No. Here we go. Deploying mines. As before, we gotta get rid of that overseer, because he brings in more reinforcements every single time he shouts. Of course, they have a habit of wanting to kick me around, or should I say, slash me around. More up ahead. Once again, target the overseer. We take him out, you can't bring in more reinforcements. If we just target the bugs, there's going to be more of them. Oh, I got an accolade. Defeated 1,000 Herc. That's another notch on my belt for a well-established Starfleet officer. Does it for the overseer. Any more of those lieutenants around? No? Good. Doing their best to put the plasma fires out, but it's not working. Well, that kicked me around. Sorry, my mistake. Slashed me around. One of my away team members is unconscious. I can't get to them right now because I'm dealing with an overseer right here, who's about ready to take my health down to 0. I can tell my health is low because I'm in the gray. And they got me. I sustained bruised ribs. Nothing I can't heal from in a couple days, but still. This is what I wanted, people. Realism. I may have bruised ribs, but I'm still continuing to fight. I am that determined. Where's that overseer? There he is. I understand I'm being flanked, but I can't worry about that right now. I got this overseer to deal with. Let's see, is there anything else I can... Oh, yeah. Cryo visor freezer. Just initiated a cold blast on it. Figured that the Herc wouldn't like the cold. Got the overseer. Now we just got... That was a guardian I gotta take care of. 2 of them from the looks of it. If I recall, they don't have the ability to call in reinforcements, which thankfully is good. They still can pack a punch. As you can see, they're taking my shields, my personal shield, and my health down all at once. I think we cleared the Herc in this area. And there just happens to be more up ahead. Perfect. Like before. Let's see, can I use that? Yep. Do I have anything else that I can use? Sandstorm generator. Nah, it didn't work. Every now and then that thing doesn't work. But I do have something that might work. A hurricane turret. Alright, now 2 of my away team members are unconscious. Come on, you overseer. I've slayed many of your kind. Not that I wanted to. I had to. You're a menace. We've got to defend ourselves. Even if that means killing you. Will you please stop slashing me around? Just long enough that I can kill you? Well, I'm about ready to go again. When the screen starts to gray up, it means my health is really low. I think we got the overseer. Is that it for them? Look at my health, folks. That's how low it was to me dying. First, let's get my away team members back up. Dukan Rex may have brought some of his best Jemadar. But one of my away team members is a Jemadar. Man, I trust with my life. Oh no. Another aggressor. I haven't fought this many Herc in a long time. Between all the missions that I've done, this is probably the most Herc I've fought both on the ground and in space. Let's activate this console.
I have unpleasant news, I'm afraid. Herc security systems have sent an automated distress signal throughout the fleet. I recommend haste. We're going to have a great number of hostile guests. And far sooner than we'd like.
We better hurry then. We gotta get this cure distributed. Otherwise, this is gonna be an even longer conflict. And right now, I don't think we can withstand the pressure. Great, another overseer. But I have something in mind. I have a little gadget. Bringing in a miniaturized Danube runabout. Don't ask me about it, folks. I will explain it later. Right now, I got some Herc to deal with. Cold visor. Nope, I'm not. I don't have a good lot. Ooh, I froze a couple of them. That got me again. Appears this time I didn't suffer any injuries, luckily. Not all the bug spray in the world could defeat these Herc. That's my little hint at a joke, folks. Trying to make a funny situation out of a negative situation. One thing my character likes to do. I guess you could say that's how I've survived this long. You look at my record over the years, I've fought so many different alien races and defeated so many different alien races that I've lost count. I guess you could say I've developed quite the reputation for getting the job done. That's why Starfleet trusted me and the crew of the USS Yellow Springs to get this done. So far, so good. Give me an update, Doctor.
Excellent work. It's time for Loris and I to finish this. Keep your weapons handy, however. We're breaking into a secure computer system here. The Herc are bound to take offense. Keep them busy while we do our work, or this will be a wasted trip.
You'll have all the time you need, Doctor, but make it quick. The Herc, after all, appear to be endless.
One goes here, that one goes there!
I was saving time by inverting the feed now instead of later.
If you two can keep your squabbling to a minimum, that'd be really appreciated. It's a distraction for me and my away team, not to mention the Dukon Rex and his Gemdark soldiers.
I wouldn't even be in Starfleet anymore if it weren't for this Herc nonsense.
What did I tell you guys about keeping the squabbling to a minimum? Seriously. As I stated before, these Herc are endless. Of course, they gotta go across all four consoles just to get this done.
We're running out of time, Doctor!
Perhaps you know a faster way to translate Herc language and reverse engineer their technology.
Might as well deploy some mines. Are we coming? Okay, enough talking. Time to get serious here. Okay, they got the information they needed. Now we just got to defeat the remaining Herc. Can we get this done, Doctor?
Almost ready here. The system needs the physical samples of the cure for final analysis and processing. Shall I proceed?
Make it happen, Doctor. Damn you, Wei Yun!
Are you insane, Wei Yun? That was our last hope.
How is this possible? You were in prison!
I was liberated by those who still serve the true founders. Not everyone is a traitor to the Dominion, after all.
There is only one traitor here, Wei Yun. It's time you paid the price for your treachery.
Pathetic. You can't even kill someone properly. Allow me to instruct you. You! Jem'Hadar! Make yourself useful. Kill them. Giving you an order. Open fire. Kill them now.
I think not.
He's gone.
And not a moment too soon.
Bashir to command. Everyone, we have a problem.
Well, duh. Thanks to Wei Yun. Alright, Yellow Springs, prepare to beam us up. Wei Yun's been dealt with, but got a serious problem here. The cure's gone. Now how are we supposed to get it to the Herc? We fought all our way to the command center of that dreadnought for nothing. Had Wei Yun not interrupted our session, this would have been over.
That Herc fleet is about to attack our position. We need to give the Doctor the time he needs to transmit data on the cure.
Acknowledged. Red alert. All hands battle stations. That is a lot of explosions. Fire torpedoes. Don't want to utilize a tractor beam repulsors just yet. I might have no choice. Using the Tetrion Cascade. Spread all the way to the other remaining ships. When my side shield is gone. Injecting warp plasma to slow down the swarmers. There are more swarmers than I can care to count, which means a lot more explosions.
Target shields have failed.
We've got to destroy those assembly ships. They're the ones that are bringing in the swarmers.
Well, well. You're in quite a fix there, Odo.
Brilliant observation, Quark. What do you want?
Forgive my brother, Odo. We're here to help.
The Ferengi cavalry? I thought I'd seen everything.
Oh, the best is yet to come, Odo. Say hello to my dangerous friends.
Where are they?
Well, Quark, we're waiting.
Rom, where are they?
Lose something? Like your nerve, perhaps?
Whoa.
Long ago, Takuvma, the Unforgettable, lit the beacon of Kahless to restore glory to the Empire. Today, a new torchbearer, Worf, son of Moog, does the same. United, we now go to fight the enemy of our ancestors. Today, we will fight the Herc. I now hold the weapon they fear most. The Sword of Kahless has been returned to us. Join me now in honorable combat. Show the Herc what it truly means to be Klingon. For Kahless, for the Empire, Kapla!
The Klingons have arrived. Basic maneuvers. Not a moment too soon. As I've stated before, burn out the emitters if you have to. Just because the Klingons arrived doesn't make this fight any easier. You know what? I'm going to bring in reinforcements too. Some Romulan ships. So far, so good. I wonder if that was the last of them.
The arrival of the Klingons has given us more time in space, but the situation on the surface is dire. Herc's forces are breaking the Jem'Hadar defense lines. We need to do what we can to help. I'm beaming directly to the Great Link to aid my people.
Agreed.
The time has come. The Herc mean to ravage everything in their path. We will not allow it. We will stand against them, as Kalis once stood, defiant and proud. Fight well, and if need be, die well. Kapla!
Let's finish this, General. We gotta punch through. Transporter room, beam us down.
Whom do we seek? Kalis! How do we find him? Together! Kalis, give us light to see forever! Will he hide from us always? Never!
It's quite a speech, General.
It's worse than we thought. Most of the Jem'Hadar lines have been broken. Even the Great Link is in danger. I'm going to coordinate our defenses at the Link. Meet me there.
Good luck, Ambassador.
We'll meet you there as soon as we can. And Odo, be careful.
Let's go.
The Jem'Hadar have come to our aid. Now, we will return the favor.
Let's hope we're not too late, General. If you thought the fight on the Herc Dreadnought was bad, wait for this one. This would be the epitome of never ending, almost. And with it being at a higher difficulty, it might take longer. But that's what I signed up for. I told you fans this would be a doozy of a season. And I'm not lying. It's an optional objective, so I don't need to worry about it. Continue to break through the lines. We've got to get to the Great Link. Odo needs our help. If the game starts to lag, folks, just be aware it's because there's so many different enemies here. Nothing I can do.
We won't last long out in the open like this.
I understand that, Captain.
Odo to Kira. We're fortifying our position near the Great Link.
Understood. We're on our way.
I've already sustained bruised ribs. What else can I suffer?
I must confess my surprise at seeing you here, on this, the homeworld of the gods. Truly, we are living in strange times. You'll forgive my boldness, but there are still Founders under attack nearby. Can I count on you to aid them, and destroy the wretched creatures who would do them harm?
Yes, of course. There's one of the Founders right there.
I think we're too late. This changeling's losing morphogenic matrix stability. There are more friendly life signs nearby. We should do what we can for them.
I don't know you, son, but I thank you for your service.
There are so many of them. I think it does it for that area.
Is this some sort of solid invasion?
Not, again, not in the way you think. We're getting close to the Great Link.
Timing is fortuitous.
made it. Good. We're going to need all the help we can get here. It looks like the Herc are focusing their attacks on the link. I've called for reinforcements, but most of our lines have been overrun. We're going to make a stand here and hope the Doctor's plan is successful. If not, if we fail, this may be the day the Dominion dies.
Right. We'll make our stand here and now. Here they come. I think I can bring out some good old friends.
Please tell me you have more Jem'Hadar coming to help.
The call's been sent, but they may not arrive in time.
We'll do what we can with what we have, then.
As always, until the end.
I'm not sure I like the way you said that, Odo.
Nerys, if we don't make it...
No, now is not the time for this discussion.
Look around. There may not be a better time.
You're right. And I understand what you did.
You do? Then you know how sorry I am for everything.
Yes. And I forgive you.
I know. I feel the same.
If you two are done talking, and we focus in on this attack, we're getting overrun here. I've deployed every necessary thing I could think of. They just keep coming. I fought in many wars, but this appears to be my last. Is this it? Kira!
Nerys, are you hurt?
It's just a scratch. I'm fine. We're losing ground here, Odo. Keep fighting.
We can't hold this position much longer.
That's Jem'Hadar, for we're about to die, Doctor. Are you ready?
Not without the Ketracel components needed for the cure.
Ketracel? Yes.
What are you thinking? Dukan, what are you doing?
Victory.
Wait! Stop!
Is life.
Dukan, no! I've been hit. Stopped.
It seems the battle is over, but how? What happened up there, Doctor?
I believe Dukan Rex realized that his own body contained the Ketracel material I needed to finalize them. He extracted what we needed at the cost of his life. Once the Herc were able to synthesize the cure, they came to their senses and called for an immediate ceasefire. Their forces are withdrawing as we speak. It's over, Odo. I won't say we've won, but it's over.
Indeed, at great cost. Alright, beam us up, Yellow Springs, and set a course for DS9. Maximum warp. Dukan Rex sacrificed himself to end the conflict. He didn't have to do that. He chose to do that. Goes to show you that Jem'Hadar are not the cold-blooded killers that we know them to be. Some are intelligent and willing to sacrifice themselves. I just wish I could thank him.
There was nothing I could do for him on the Herc Dreadnought. The Ketracel extraction process was too devastating. Odo, you treated him like a son when we first found him on DS9, and I'm truly sorry.
He didn't even have a name when he left us. I'll make sure the name he found is never forgotten. I remember his first days on the station. All he wanted to do was fight. Didn't matter who. When he left, I thought I'd never see him again. Or if I did, it'd be as enemies. The man I met years later still knew how to fight, but his reasons for doing so had changed dramatically. I'm proud to have known him. I wish I could have done more in the end.
You made a difference in his life.
I suppose you're right. I believe Captain Kira was looking for you. She was at the Temple of the Prophets last I checked. If you'll excuse me, I'm going to pay my respects. We'll talk more later.
Very well, Ambassador. And again, I'm sorry for your loss.
And here we are, once again. It's been quite a journey, hasn't it?
Indeed it has. What's next for you, Captain?
Funny you should mention that. After we got back, Starfleet Command offered me a number of postings. Even the center chair on one of those shiny new cruisers. Tempting. But I chose to join the command staff here on DS9. Bajor and the Celestial Temple mean a lot to me, and this station is a good place to keep them both safe.
That's true. It's also close to our mutual friend in the Gamma Quadrant.
Subtle, but you're not wrong. Odo and I have a lot to work out before we're back to where we were, but we've taken a few good steps in that direction. I think it'll work out. Eventually. He's a hard man to read sometimes.
Also true. Until next time, Captain.
Hello again, my friend. It pleases me to see you. I have interesting news.
I hope it doesn't involve the Herc.
Thankfully, no. Rather, it involves the Orb of Peace that you returned with Kaiopaka. It has spoken to me. I've been exploring the meaning of that experience with the Kai and Captain Kira. They are, after all, experts on such matters. While we all find it curious that an Orb of the Prophets would speak to a Vorta, we also agree it would be foolish to ignore it.
And what of your services to the Dominion?
With the blessings of Founder Odo, I have been transferred to this quadrant to continue my studies of the Orb and the Prophets. I shall also serve as Founder Odo's representative here. Diplomacy is my specialty, after all. I'm sure we'll be seeing one another again. May the blessings of the Founders and the Prophets be yours.
Glad to hear it. See you around then, Loris.
It is good to see you once more. I was hoping we'd have a moment to speak on an important matter before your duties take you back to the stars.
What's on your mind, Your Eminence?
My thoughts often return to the Orb of Peace. It was no coincidence that it was found in the Gamma Quadrant, in the midst of 2 warring tribes. I believe it to be a message from the Prophets, one of guidance in troubled times.
I trust your expertise on such matters.
Now that the conflict with the Herc has ended, I feel it's time to explore this omen more thoroughly. The recent vision experienced by Loris is truly remarkable. That the Prophets would speak to Avorta. Again, this is no coincidence. Simply put, I believe the Orb is meant to broker a lasting peace between the people of our quadrants and the Dominion.
I hope you're right, Your Eminence.
Thank you for coming to visit. After all we've been through, it means a lot to have friends. Even if it reminds me of the ones we miss. Speaking of reunions, I think General Martok is leading the charge against the Bloodwine at Quark's. I'm sure he'd want to congratulate you on another glorious victory. May the Prophets watch over you.
And you, Captain. Knowing the General, he'll probably be full of blood wine.
A hard-fought battle and a well-earned victory. And yet, we almost missed it. Our fleet would have never left the Empire if it weren't for the sword's return. Grilka tells me her former mate, Quark, had something to do with that. The sacred blade of Kalis, returned to the Empire by a Ferengi. Madness!
Her current mate, Worf, played a part as well.
Yes, it was Worf's idea to ignite the beacon of Kalis. A bold move, but it paid off. Only a coward could refuse such a call to arms.
Indeed.
The legend of Kalis is stronger than ever. It would not surprise me if the High Council moved to create a new clone of the Emperor. There is great power in legend, after all.
True. Until next time, General.
We need to stop running into each other when the fate of the galaxy is on the line. I'd be fine with drinks here at Uncle's bar, or some baseball on the holodeck. That said, I can't think of too many people I trust when everything's on the line. Glad you are here for this.
Likewise, Captain. What's next for you?
Starfleet's assigned the Chimera to peacekeeping duty in Herc space. We'll be working with the Joint Task Force to help the Herc get back on their feet again as well. There's a lot to be done, but we want to help them rejoin the galactic community.
That's quite a task.
It is, but my crew is up for the challenge. They're some of Starfleet's best. Take care of yourself out there. Don't be a stranger.
Same to you, Captain.
I am forever indebted to you. Without your efforts, I would walk the path of exile for the rest of my days. Now, I will help make amends for all that has happened during Zencast's terrible crusade.
Make the most of this opportunity, Captain.
Oh, I'm so glad to see this come to an end. But not as glad as everyone back on Ferenginar. It's a celebration of Rule 35 like no one's ever seen before. I mean, peace may be good for business, but things are really getting out of hand.
How so?
When word got out that the Gamma Quadrant was open for business, the new Latinum rush was on. Open borders and free trade policies. My husband was practically weeping with joy. Oh, Poor Odo. He thought he had his hands full with Quark on DS9. Now, he's gonna have an entire quadrant full of Ferengi to deal with.
I'm sure he'll rise to the challenge.
We'll be here at DS9 until my ship is repaired. Fortunately, I have exclusive rights to the holosim of the battle. The sales of that alone will cover the cost of repairs, and then some. Some days, it's good to be the Grand Nagus.
I can only imagine.
I don't like to think about how close to disaster we were. Fortunately, there were people like you out there to bring us all back from the brink. All those adventures. You've got quite a story to tell. That reminds me. Have you ever considered making a holo biography? I think your life story would be quite popular and profitable. I'll make you a very generous offer for the rights and cut you in on a share of the profits, say 25%.
An interesting offer, but I must decline.
Suit yourself. The offer still stands if you change your mind.
Thank you, Grand Nagus.
Welcome back. Seeing as this is a private party and I'm in an unusually generous mood, you'll be getting the VIP discount on your drinks tonight.
You mean they're not on the house?
Did you take a hit to the head in that fight? I'm in a good mood. Not insane. Half off. Take it or leave it.
Fair enough. Cheers.
That's more like it. Don't take it personally. You could be Odo. His drinks, 50% markup.
I wouldn't let him hear that.
Can I get you something?
I'm fine for now.
Interesting. There's a message from Garrick on my monitor here. Text only. He wants you to meet him at his old tailor shop. Maybe he's had enough of politics and wants to get back in the fashion game. Probably more profitable in the long run, and easier on the nerves.
That seems unlikely.
I wouldn't keep him waiting if I were you. He looks for secrets when he gets bored, and trust me, he's not the person you want poking around in your business.
Sounds like I should see what he wants.
Thank you for meeting me here. Strangely, I find it easy to center myself in this shop, even relax.
Memories of a simpler time in your life?
Quite so. Cardassia is about to begin a new journey, as it were, and I'll be going along for the ride.
Sounds exciting.
Oh, it is. Cardassia has been offered membership in the Alliance, and we've accepted. Our seat at the table was hard-earned, but we're ready and grateful to join the ongoing efforts. Officer exchange programs have already begun. In fact, I suspect you'll be seeing more Cardassian faces in the future. I hope you show them the same courtesy as you've shown me in our shared adventures.
Of course. And where will you be during all this, if you don't mind me asking?
Oh, I'll be spending time on Earth, Kronos, and New Romulus. The life of an ambassador is never dull, after all. Someone needs to make sure the Alliance doesn't forget about Cardassia, and I suppose that someone is me. I'll be sure to follow your exploits, of course. They'll be far more entertaining than economic forecasts and state functions, to be sure.
Thanks, I think.
The conflict may be over, but there's still plenty of work to be done. The Lucari have offered to help the Herc restore their homeworld's ecosystem, and they've accepted. Dr. Bashir will be working with us on this. It's our goal to ensure that no Herc will go without nourishment again.
An honorable goal, Captain.
Some time ago, I hoped for a path to peaceful resolution to our troubles with the Herc. I'm happy to be part of such a solution, at last. Thank you for your efforts in getting us all to this point. To peace.
You're welcome. Safe travels, Captain.
I believe our fearless leaders would like to have a word with you next.
I won't ask how you know that. Be seeing you, Garrick. Speak to Proconsul Deton first.
I have initiated a dialogue between the Dominion and the Karema. In light of recent events, I feel it is imperative that their conflict is resolved peacefully. Whether that results in an independent Karema or not remains to be seen, but I shall endeavor to help them reach a result that is beneficial for both parties.
That's going to be quite the challenge, Proconsul.
The Harvest Cool sector has been designated as independent from the Dominion, and a Herc neutral zone has been established around it. The Empire will join the Federation and the Republic in keeping the peace between the Dominion and the Herc. We have experience in enforcing a neutral zone, after all.
Indeed, Chancellor.
Martok's use of the beacon and the return of the blade has led to a renewed interest in Kalis throughout the Empire. Some say that Martok stands with honor next to great heroes like Tukuvma, Volk, Lorel, and Kang. As if getting along with the stubborn old Targ wasn't difficult enough, his ego will be larger than Mount Hamar at this rate. It is fortunate that Martok has little in the way of political aspirations. Otherwise, I may need to kill him. Again.
Both of you make the Empire stronger, Chancellor.
There have been some significant diplomatic events since your return from the Gamma Quadrant. First, the Dominion is joining the Alliance. Having them as allies will take some getting used to, but the opportunity was too great to ignore.
Agreed.
As a condition to joining the Alliance, we requested that the Founders take steps to free the Jem'Hadar from their addiction to Ketracel White. I'm happy to say that Ambassador Odo is inclined to comply with that request. It will make things interesting in the Gamma Quadrant, to be sure. Still, it's been a long time coming. The Jem'Hadar should be able to live their lives freely.
It's a risk, but one worth taking, Admiral. Understood. I'll speak with them right away.
Things are finally settling down around here. Well, as much as it ever settles down, that is.
You're still in uniform, Doctor. I figured you decided to retire.
Well, there's a lot to be done with the Herc, and being part of Starfleet will help me make things happen in that regard. When I'm not here, I'll be working with the Lucari and the crew of the USS Aventine to help the Herc get back on their feet.
Hava School's a long way from home for you, Doctor.
Indeed, but I happen to be married to the captain of the Aventine, so it won't be, too bad. The kids won't be joining us until Kumake and her team restore Havas Kul to a more habitable state, however. I'm sure we'll see each other again soon. But until then, be safe out there. Doctor's orders.
Very well, Doctor.
The Dominion is about to go through a number of changes, liberating the Jem'Hadar from the White, phasing out the Founders' benevolent dictatorship, establishing a safe haven for the Herc. Needless to say, I'm going to be very busy for quite some time.
Not all those changes will be popular, I understand.
No. There are still a number of Founders within the Great Link who will be very resistant to change. I'd like to think they're outnumbered by those willing to take a more democratic approach, however. The last thing anyone needs is a Dominion civil war.
With that, I can agree.
Also, not all of the Herc were cured. We'll be dealing with rogue swarms for some time. I hope we can call on you in the future if we run into that special kind of trouble you have a talent for dealing with. Oh, and speaking of trouble, you might keep an eye on Quark. That little act of heroism with the sword of Kalis will make him bolder than ever.
I'll do what I can, Constable. Very well. Beam me up and set a course out of the system. Warp 3.
The future of the Dominion is uncertain for the first time in many years. Without the Founder and her unbreakable will at the center of it all, the Gamma Quadrant will undoubtedly go through a great deal of turmoil. I'll do what I can to maintain order and keep the peace, but it's going to be challenging, to say the least. For now, what matters to me is that you fought for the Dominion when we needed it the most. I won't forget that. And thanks to the Great Link, neither will the Founders. Thank you. I hope we meet again under much better circumstances.
As do I, Ambassador. That's it, folks. That was your Season 10 finale. As of right now, I am uncertain if there will be a Season 11. I will keep you up to date. In the meantime, I hope you've enjoyed my series. In the meantime, this is Captain Chris Dorn, signing off.